Hi there. Today, Alana Ledoux and I are back to discuss how brands can navigate inflation in the market research industry in 2023 and 2024. So, thanks so much for joining me, Alana. With the state of the economy today, I'd really like to tap into some of the most top of mind subjects, how the impact of inflation is affecting customers and their buying patterns and lifestyles overall. So, I'm really excited to hear your thoughts, Alana. And I wanted to start by asking, what are you seeing as the biggest impact consumers are facing in their everyday life due to higher prices on things like gas and household items?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's a really interesting question, especially as we're, already a few years post-pandemic, but also now in just such a different economical state than we were, in the years past. And I think that, something that we're really seeing as, an impact and a shift in behavior is really, individuals being more conscious of things that they need versus things that are a nice to have. And then really, I think another part of it is understanding where can they get more bang for their buck. Meaning, obviously something like the gas prices have become pretty inflated, as we have all experienced. So that's more of a requirement. But when you're thinking of something that relates to more of like a product or service that is maybe more of a nicety or a creature comfort, as I like to call them, really understanding where the money will be best spent, but also creating a life that is fluid and you're still getting all the things that you need in regards to groceries and gas and all those great things, but really understanding where they can spend their money and where is it the best decision for them and their families, if applicable. So I just think a lot more consideration, research, understanding of where's the best price and where am I getting the best value for that price, I think has been the most top of mind in recent months.
Yeah, just in general, more thoughtful spending, I would say, has also taken over my household as well. I think everyone's kind of just taking another pause these days before making optional purchases. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Next question I have for you is, if you could suggest one area as the most important during these often difficult economic times, where should researchers be paying the most attention in their intelligence gathering efforts?
Yeah, I think that that's a really important question, especially as, researchers and, individuals who are driving the force behind these massive organizations that we're all consuming, be it a CPG company or a media company or, where you're purchasing your gas, even like there's so many competitors and there's so many avenues that you can take and products and services that you can purchase. And I think that as an organization, specifically as a researcher, focusing on the competitive landscape and understanding, who else is in the market, where does your organization strive further, what are your key benefits over them? And this relates to not just price, but the general value that you provide to your audience, be it a consumer or a business owner or whoever it may be. I know that, in my own buying patterns and my research of, organizations I want to support, I look at a lot of things like sustainability, but also, of course, cost. That's such a huge factor today. But just generally speaking, I think that understanding the competitive intelligence of your specific industry, and what's driving those consumer or general individual behaviors, I think is the most important now, because the inflation is everywhere. But where do I feel most comfortable spending my money is, I think, something that competitive intelligence is really such a force to help make sure that you're leading your space.
Yeah, no, that absolutely makes sense. It's more important now than ever for the brands behind, the consumers to know exactly what it is that they offer and their differentiating factors more than last year, more than ever. So thank you so much. And the last question I have for you today actually is, how are research organizations being impacted by the state of the economy? And do you have any suggestions that you can make to help them overcome those hurdles?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that I think now more than we've seen in a long time, being able to do more, but empowering you and your team as a research organization, to potentially do more with less budget, with maybe less bandwidth on your team, with potentially less resources, again, as we as individual consumers are being infected by inflation and the state of the economy. I think it's pretty apparent in what we've seen in the last 6 to 9 months that these big organizations are also being impacted. So being strategic in your approach, being able to find solutions and potential vendors and partners that fit your needs, but also maybe are not the highest price tag, but still help you get to all of those end results, is really critical today. And I would say that, really doing your research as an organization, as a researcher, really ensuring that you have the power and ability to support everything that your organization needs via fielding as much research, being able to support as many stakeholders, but also being able to sort of self-drive this and being able to find that end result, that solution that best fits your organization overall, I think is really important today to consider. And, I think that means taking a look inward in regards to what you've done in the past, what's really worked, what's most important, and finding some efficiencies and maybe some more creative ways to do those things going forward, will benefit these organizations and researchers best.
Absolutely. Even once the challenges in the economy go away, that sense of creativity will certainly still be helping teams meet new challenges. So thank you so much for your time, Alana. I really appreciate your insights and your expertise, and I hope that you have a great day.
Awesome. Thank you, Rachel, for having me. We'll talk again soon.
Talk soon. Bye.
Bye.